Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. Do you see my screen? Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, okay,
absolutely.
okay. So, see, Siddhartha, actually, I would like to know about what basic concept about the programming is, how much confident you are, means which programming language you are familiar previously, so that it should be better for me to convince each and everything here.
Okay, I just basically learned Python only.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I just know the basic concepts of what are variables, what is a value,
okay, okay. Means,
what is data type,
are
functions.
okay. Are you familiar about the previous C, C++?
Mm, no, not really.
Okay, okay,
Like I know a little, but not very much. Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Means directly means I'm assuming means I have to discuss this in every topics from the beginning level. Am I right?
Right.
Okay, okay, fine. So see here first before starting the session, just I would like to give you just overview means what topics we are going to discuss here. Just so
Right.
very first.
Mhm.
So very first means just introduction. Introduction about the Python, why it is necessary, etc. Okay, then I will jump on which one installation concepts. Okay, so we have so many things. So starting from which one, very most important is we have the PVM. Okay, so PVM is what Python virtual machine. Okay, so this is the important topic also. Then I will start the from the data type, etc. Then which one? So here, what actually in the data types, this is the complex one. So lot of things we have. We will discuss all of them, what in the detail.
Mhm.
So after this, then we will start what conditional statement, like what a if statement we can say.
Mhm.
And one more thing, Sitaji, Miss, how much time you can provide me so that accordingly I have to plan that one.
I have 1 hour. How much time are you giving kids the class every day? 1 hour, 1.5 hour?
Every day 1 hour for myself
Yeah,
because you
1 hour.
have
I
to
can do
yeah.
1 hour.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
have 1 hour.
Okay, so fine. Next one after if statement, we have what control statements. That is, we should say loop statement.
Loop statement.
Yes. One more thing, I will discuss what command line arguments. Okay. Then after discussing all systems, then I will start the function concepts.
Mhm.
After function, then what we have the topics, that is what is sorry. String in the Python.
Mhm.
Then what after string, then after this here up to here it is compulsory. Okay, actually these are related to the core Python. Okay, Siddhartha, so this is the
Mhm.
this is about what core Python.
Mhm.
So, after this And so, Miss, I'm suggesting you, Miss, it is not enough to learn only the core Python. Miss, not a full, but at least a minimum level you must get about the advanced Python, just advanced level Python. So what? So in the advanced, when I will start the advanced Python concept, then here, what should be my first topic? So very first class and object. Class and object. Okay. So we will, and see here, Miss, can I assume, Miss, you have a C++ OOP concept, not in the depth level, but minimum?
Yes.
Okay, then it will fine tune. Otherwise, what happens? So tell me frankly, then otherwise, Miss, I can start from the basic beginning level about the OOP concept. So if you know that one, then fine. Okay, it will be fine for both of us. So already, Miss, what not discussing in the detail, just Miss, what is class, what is objects, what is constructor, destructors, Miss, and also, Miss, what is the difference OOP in the C++ and OOP in the Python here. So then what will then I will discuss about very important some important library. Some important libraries. Okay, here for EG, means what you must know. We have so many things. What SkyPy, what a NumPy, okay, etc. But see, in the advanced concept, we have so many things, and it depends actually on what means. What is your target? If you are aiming to learn the Python for the artificial intelligence, then we have the different things. If you are targeting for the web designing, then we have the different library. If you are targeting for web scraping, etc., then we are so according to that. But see here, I will give you just a small introduction about here. But I won't teach what in the depth level because you have to fix means in which after learning a core Python, then means where you want to make your career. Got my point or not? Okay,
yes.
so it totally depends on. So it is also for me to give you just a small introduction about some important library. But what SkyPy, NumPy, I must give because these are the common things. Understand the points? Okay, so these are our agenda. So see here, just a minute. Now, understand, Siddharthaji, Miss, just
yes.
Okay, fine. So see here. So today, just I'm giving you just an introduction about Python. Okay, why Python? What is Python? What is the benefit, etc. So from tomorrow onwards, just I will touch the contents of the syllabus. So see here. So here in this slide, so we have the topics. So what is the Python? Why Python is necessary? Just some points about Python and who uses the Python. Traditional uses of the Python it is used in the data analytics. Python about what Python timeout, and then a small introduction, etc. Also, if I have the time, I will show you the installation process. So I hope, as you know, what a Python. So you must know the installation, how to install and how to use it. I hope. Otherwise, I will show you. Don't worry about that one. So once again, which operating system you are using?
Linux.
Okay, fine. Okay. So, but I'm showing you all the experiment on the Windows. Okay, so everything said, only you have to install from a Linux point of view. Okay.
Yeah.
And which Python? See, we have so many variations. Previous in the old day 2.7, but here currently I am using a 3.9. What are some? Yes, some months back I used a 3.7. So, Miss, see, 80-90% similar, same. Okay, only a small things are changed here. Okay, but this is not the point of worrying. Okay, so see here once again. So actually, it is a very high-level dynamic object-oriented programming language, and it is very easy to program and read. And see here, if Miss, suppose so you are writing, you are developing some project in the C, and it assumes, it takes, suppose, 1,000 lines of code for that project. Now, if you are converting the same, means you are writing the same project codes, then what 80% codes is reduced in the C++. Just I'm giving you a rough introduction. But if you replace C++ by the Python, then again means more than 50% code is replaced. So that's why means it is becoming more and more popular nowadays. Okay, so so it is also similar to the Perl. You might have a small idea about Perl, I don't know. So it is similar to the Perl. That is also a scripting language, but with powerful typing and object-oriented. Again, one more point about the Python. C, C++, all these are what a fully object-oriented programming, programming language. I'm using the word programming language, but in case of the Python, we can't say it is what fully programming language. Actually, it is the interpreter. See here, we have the difference between compiler and interpreter, and what I'm expecting, you know the difference. Just in the one or two sentence, can you convince me? Just a difference between compiler and interpreter. Why C++ comes into the compiler category, and why Python comes into the interpreter category?
Because Python uses interpreter to convert its code and execute the code. And first, in the C++ and Java, they first compile and then execute the code.
Yes, Mr. You are telling both same, both for the same. Mr. Just try to call me the difference. What is the difference between? I'm not talking about C++ and Python. I'm talking about what compiler and interpreter. What are the difference? What are those? What are the examples for those? So these things you must know, because okay, means you are going to learn any programming language, so you must know. See here, in case of the compiler, your whole codes are compiled together. If it is having the error, so it stops that one, means it is throwing the error. If it is errorless, then it executes that one all at one time. But it's not happening in case of the interpreter. In case of the interpreter, what happens? Line by line is checked, and what executing. Next line checked and executed. Next line checked and executed. Means here all lines are not compiled all together. So this is only the difference. What are the examples? So see, in the already, means you are using the Linux operating system, so you must know in the Linux you have the shell scripting language, and I know, miss, you are familiar about the shell scripting language. So shell is what? Shell is not what the compiler. Shell is also the interpreter. Okay, so it is what happens. It is compiling and executing only that line, not the whole lines. Just remember the points. Okay, so Python also related to this category. In the it comes in the interpreter. What are the another examples for the interpreter? First one, your shell. Second one, a Perl. Perl is also, see, roughly you can say any scripting language generally belongs to the interpreter. Once again, any scripting language what generally belongs to the interpreter. A scripting language is different, and what a fully programming language is different. What are the different? The difference is that, yes, difference is same, which you have in case of the compiler and interpreter. So I hope this information is enough for you.
Yeah, compiler is taking the whole programming code at a time, and interpreter is taking line by line.
Yes. Only line, only this point. Remember always. Okay. So if so obviously Python is also the interpreter, means what? Not fully programming language. What? Means line by line. So it is checking line by line and then executing. I will see in the programming portion also. Suppose see, I'm giving the best example. Suppose you are writing the program. Okay, now you are executing in the C++. If any line contains the error, it is throwing the error, means it stops executing. Am I right? But it is not happening in interpreter. Means suppose your first 10 lines contains no error, so you will definitely get the output of the first 10 line. But if your 11th line contains the error, then it is showing the error on the 11th line. Getting my point?
Right.
Once again, I'm repeating. Suppose you have 25 lines of code in the Python. Okay. and first 10 lines contains no error. 11th lines contain error. Then what happens? You will get the output of first 10 line, but you will get the error about that what 11th line. Got my point? But this is not happening in case of C++, because there it is what compiling all the lines all together. And if any one error occurs, it stops executing. What my point or not? The second point. The second point, understand? Yes. Okay. Yes. So see here, this from this diagram you can understand it is a heavily used what? It is commonly used for producing HTML content on the websites. It is also useful what? Useful built-in tabs. Here we have the list, dictionaries, tuple, etc. We will discuss in the coming chapter. Just here, just focus on the intro. So what a clean syntax, powerful extension. It is also great for the text processing. That's why. But see here, most of the users are also in this tab are generally using the C++. Okay, but Miss what? It is not what growing. Miss what? It is growing slowly. Miss now some students are familiar about the Python. When he needs what artificial intelligence learning, when he needs web scraping, etc. When he needs what website design, etc. Then means what they can observe the difference between what a previous style and what using the Python style. Suppose you don't know the previous language, then how you can understand the difference between what previous and this one? Definitely no. Yes or no? If you don't have any prior knowledge of the previous programming language, then how you can get the benefit of the benefit of the Python? Right. All right. Okay. So here, so these are the some points. Same thing. So from this figure, see here, you can understand the growth of the Python. So see here, means just a below line. This is related to what your Java. Next, just on the top of this one, this is related to the PHP. Next about the Perl. Next about the .NET. Also, still it is lying on the bottom line about the .NET. Now, what you are observing about the Python? Means it is growing. It is growing very largely, not slowly. It is growing rapidly. So from this diagram, you can understand the evolvement of the Python language. Okay, so January 6, this one, January 7, this one, etc. In the January 12, January 13. After January 13, I don't have the records. Okay, I will modify this one. Got my point? So from this chart, you can understand the importance of the Python. So once again, before starting, you must know who is the inventor of this one. Because every children, every programming learner knows who is the inventor of the C++. In the same way, means actually it is designed by Guido van Rossum. So later that name was changed. Monty Python, named after Monty Python, a comedy group, as Python is fun to use. So it is also open source and interpreted language. Here I'm using the word interpreted language. Okay, so it is considered a scripting language, but it is much more than that one previous one. So it is also scalable, it is object oriented and functional. So that is what whenever we use the word, it is object oriented. What do you mean? So what pictures comes into your mind? Once again, in case of C, simple C, we don't have OOP concept. Am I right? But in case of C++, we have a fully OOP concept. Just try to give me in the one sentence. Means involving the OOP concept. Means what idea, what a picture come in your mind?
In OOP concept?
Yes, if any programming language contains the OOP features, then means what is the extra thing here? What is the difference between what a normal C and what OOP C++ language? Whenever we use the word OOP, object-oriented programming, what do you mean by this one? So see, don't worry. Actually, means I will discuss all such things about the OOP, but after finishing the code part, I can't discuss such thing here. Am I right? Okay, so you have to wait here. So don't worry. So it is used by the Google increasing, because here if I start discussing that one, then what happens? A lot of times consumed. Okay, so I don't want to waste the time. So it is used by the Google, increasingly popular. So Python job trends from Indeed. So it is means that website is showing this one. So Python is at the top of the list among the top docs. What Java, JavaScript, PHP, etc. So I hope means you have the clear understanding about this one. Now, who are the users? So see here from this diagram you can understand means this is heavily used by the YouTuber. This is used by the Dropbox. This is also in the past year used by the Yahoo. In the current time, it is also used by heavily used by the Google. So many components of the Google Spider and search engine are written in the Python. Okay, a Dropbox web-based file hosting service is implemented using the Python. Both the Dropbox server and desktop client software are primarily written in Python, etc. So see, also nowadays, it is this programming language is what used in the hacking system also. See here, don't be confused. Just remember only one point. Why C++ is not using? Why Python is used in all the scenarios? Why C++ or any previous OOP languages are replaced by nowadays using the Python. So what is the mean? Just remember only one point. Number of lines is reduced.
Yes.
Very first point. Suppose you are in the old days we have what a program language, what a assembly language. In the simple for writing the program for addition of the two numbers, you have to write what I think more than 50 lines. Sorry, more than 25 lines of code in the assembly language. Am I right? You don't have to just assume this one. But nowadays in the C, only what 4 to 5 lines am I able to write the code for adding two numbers addition? Yes or no? But see here in the Python again that number of lines are reduced here. So this is the beauty of the Python. That's why all the developer these are the Python is the choice of all the developers. Okay, all of them want to replace the previous C++ or any C or any OOP languages by the Python. But only problem is what? Obviously you have to start learning from the beginning level. But there is no need of worrying if you have any previous programming language. So definitely you can learn quick. But if you don't know the previous one, then definitely you have to learn in the child stage like what A, B, C, D like this. Am I right? Right. Okay. So what I'm observing what we should go fast, not slow. So see here also, these are the what Yum, what a Shopzilla, what a Job Corporation. So all these are utilizing the Python. So Yum is what? It is a package management utility for RPM. It is compatible for the Linux operating system. I think you are familiar about the Yum in the Linux. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it is so Yum package. It is also written in the Python instead of the C++. So you can understand the beauty of this one. Now, see here. So what are the traditional uses of the Python? So very first, embedded scripting, Python is used. And in the image processing, it is heavily used. Siddharthaji. Okay, why? What? Because I am familiar with the artificial intelligence. Okay, I did that course, and also I am conducting the content. What course that one? So that's why I have the knowledge about that one. I have the experience. In the AI, we have the OpenCV, and in the OpenCV, fully Python library are used. The OpenCV, that is the part of the AI, total what the fully Python library is used. You can ask the question, why Python, why not C++ in the OpenCV or etc. So see a very common. So you have to remember only 2-3 points. First point, what less size of code. This is the common thing. Less number of codes using the Python. Second point is what? What is the second point? Second point, I discussed you 2 minutes back. Okay, just coming on the third point. Third point is what? Huge library support. This is the very powerful point about what evolvement of the Python in each and every field, not in the AI. It is also what in each and every field, web design, hacking, AI, etc. So what is the third point? Just remember, What did I tell you? Means a huge support of the library function. In the previous, yes, in the previous C or any another one, means they are not a full support of the library function. That is lacking. Suppose you need to design some project and you need some special library. And see one more thing, for we developer, it is not possible to design all codes. Actually, we developer should depend on some pre-made library. So if that library is available, then it is easy for us, for we developer to design the project. So that library is available or not, that is open source node. So it totally depends on that one. So for case of C++, etc., that is lacking. Means they are not available of the full support library. But in the Python, we have availability of them. Got my point? Remember this third point always. Once again, whenever you are discussing about you are going to design the embedded system project, or you are going to design the IoT. Well, I am also a IoT trainer actually. Okay, so we have we can replace my C++ code by the Python, because what library is available. Although in the Arduino case, library is also available, but why it is becoming now popular? Due to the less number of codes. That is the beauty of this one. So it is also used in the database programming, internet scripting, what a system utilities, also what a GUI graphical user, so many things, what a Windows, Tinter, GTK, GTK, what it is heavily used in the artificial intelligence, as I discussed you, etc. So this is the just traditional uses of the Python. So also, means it is heavily used in the data analytics. Actually, data analytics, actually your AI comes into data, data scientist. Okay, so means it is used in the weather forecasting. It is used heavily in the scientific analysis. Scientific analysis means what? Actually, Mr. Do you have any knowledge about statistics? Statistics. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, in the AI or data analytics, statistics plays very important role. Okay. So if you don't know the statistics, then you can't predict. Then you can't develop your career in the AI, in the data analytics, etc. Okay. So that is the another point. So why I'm discussing that one. So what are risk management, analytics, etc. So new use cases of Python are the major growth driver for the increasing demand for the Python skills. These use cases are emerging because of various reasons. One of which is the new packages that were added into the standard library, such as Pydo, Pandas, Scapa, etc. What is the second point here? Once again, just to go through, please. These use cases are emerging because of various reasons. One of which is the new packages that were added into the standard library, such as Pydo, Pandas, Scapa, etc. As I told you, 5 years back, means we developer actually depends on what ready-made available library. For we developer, it is not possible to design the library function. Okay, it must be available, and just we should utilize the functions available into the available that library. So that's why in case of the Python, what happens? It is available. In all the previous program language, this is lacking. That's why this is also another case of the another reason of the evolvement of the Python. So also same thing. It is used by Forecast Watch. It is also used by AppNexus. AppNexus is actually a real-time online advertising platform. A company uses the Python program language to help conduct heavy-duty data analysis. Also, it is used by the Altis. The company is a leading provider of multi-manager, multi-asset risk management analytics. A complete risk management system is written in the Python. Also used by scientists in the last one is very powerful in the scientific region. Scientists in the theoretical physics division at Los Alamos National Laboratory are using the Python to control large-scale physics codes on massively parallel supercomputers, high-end servers we have there, and clusters. So Python plays a very central role in controlling these simulations, performing data analysis and visualization. So I hope, these are enough for you, why it is becoming popular, and also it is not stopping becoming popular. It is also what gradually, as from that previous chart, you can understand, it is still growing. It is not just, it is still growing nowadays in comparison of the all previous languages, what .NET, PHP, Java, etc. So see here, from this talent, you can understand what in the actually in the 1991 Python was invented, but Python 1.0 series, what it is available in the 1994. So we have what Python 1.5. We had another version that is 1.6. After this, in the 2000, Python 2.0 series comes. Again, we have 2.1, 2, 2.3, etc. What a Python previously I was using Python 2.7. Okay, so but maximum people are still using the Python 2.7. Why? What may be the reason? Because they have designed so many projects, so many libraries are using this one, and also they are familiar about this one. That's why. But no need of worrying to switch from 2.7 into the latest one, because only small changes are there. So in the version 3.0, it comes in actually 2008, and actually we are still learning what 3.1, 3.2, etc. Means in my system, I have the 3.7 version. Means I will show you all the demo practical on the 3.7. But don't worry, means what all the programs you will definitely execute on the 2.7 if you are using the previous one. So this is the Python timeline. So once again, Python is an easy programming language and popular programming language too. So Python is open source and can get those libraries from Python website. This one. Second one, this is the important point. Am I right? It is open source and can. What do you mean by open source? What do you mean by open source? All think already you know this one. Okay, Python is open source and can get those libraries from Python website, python.org. Also means we have the GitHub. Okay, means actually I have the experience about the embedded system in IoT. Means whenever I need some library, then just going on the GitHub and just from that I'm downloading that one. Now I'm using in my project. Okay, so in the Python, function and data types were implemented in C and C++. It can be used for many applications like what data cleaning, databases, and high performance computing, etc. So it holds data libraries like what, as I told you, we have what SciPy, NumPy, sklearn, etc. So we have what so many data libraries. Just import the libraries, okay, and utilize the particular function. So Python is being used in the data science technology development like neural networks, artificial intelligence, statistics, etc. So just coming about the installation part, and I think no need of discussing too much about this one because you have the Linux. So what from that means going on onto the Python website, just you have to choose the particular operating system, Mac or Linux or Windows, and you can download the particular one. And I recommend you don't download what is just latest one, because the latest version, it is still going on the progress. It is checking something. Okay, so I prefer you either you can use 3.7 or 3.9. Okay, or also previous 2.7, but after 3.9, don't use that one. Okay, so see here.
I already installed 3.9.
Okay, fine, then nice. So
in the Windows 64.
Okay, so see here, but in the interview, some students that interview asks the difference between what a 2.7 and 3.5, etc. Then in that case you have the problem. Okay, because you are not familiar about the 2.7, that you are going to learn the 3.10. Then here in this point you may lack that point. Okay, so but don't worry. So see here. So this is just an introduction. Just let me give you some more things. That was just an introduction. So here just we have some topic. Means what is the just a giving overview. Already you are familiar, but I would like to give you just a small introduction about each and everything. So what programming language, types of the programming language, what is Python, why Python, already I discussed the features of the Python. All miss 50% I already discussed that one. Python implementation alternatives, Python, what are the Python packages, etc. Actually, see here, but see that actually enjoying the programming, you must wait at least minimum 2 sessions. Okay, because directly I can't open the editor and just can't show you the directory program. This is not the good way. Okay, so just wait at least 2 sessions. So once again, before this, already miss how you can define the programming languages. I'm not talking about the Python, not talking about what the C. What a general concept about the programming language. It is a set of rules that provides a way of telling a computer what operations to perform. Okay, so a programming language is a set of rules for communicating an algorithm. What is algorithm? Actually, it is the logical concepts. We write the algorithm in the sequence logically. Means what should be the next step, what should be the next step, etc. So any programming language, here once again, actually algorithm is independent of any programming language. Remember, suppose what a programmer is designing for any project, the algorithm. So miss what, it is not targeting for any language, a specific language. He just designing the algorithm. Now, miss following that algorithm, if anyone is the C expert, then using the same algorithm, he can develop the project. If anyone is the C++ learner, is what a programmer, then following the same algorithm, he can design the project using that algorithm, etc. So you can understand, miss, what is the importance of the algorithm in the project design. So it is the algorithm, miss, just like miss, see, in the simplest way, the algorithm contains all the logics in the sequence, all the logics into the proper sequence about that problem. Okay, second point, it is independent of any language. Third point, then what is the benefit of writing algorithm? Now any specific programmer can design can write the program by following the algorithm. He need not to worry about developing the logic because all the logics are developed in that algorithm. Getting my point? Actually, algorithm, actually, this is the part of the data structure. Okay, so I hope, miss, I'm sure what means you are in this field, means what you must know the C, you must know data structure. Not knowing the expert is different thing, but a familiarity. You must be familiar about all such things. Am I right or wrong? See, yes, tell me, frankly, because okay, so that okay, means there is no misunderstanding between us.
Yeah, I might be familiar, but if you want to go through it, please go through it because it will memorize me one more time.
No need of going there, but miss, are you familiar? I'm sure you are familiar about all such things. See, what in your semester, we have the what a book, digital computer organization, we have operating system concept, we have C, we have the data structure. In the data structure, actually, what algorithm is designed. Okay, so okay, next one. So it provides a linguistic framework for describing computations, provides a way of telling a computer what operation to perform. These nodes are related to which one? About the programming language. I'm not talking about the Python. I'm talking about what this is a generic concept about all programming language. Am I right? Okay. So now just types of the computer language again just go through this one. What we have, the very first machine language, next one, next assembly language, next what high level language. So in the assembly language, sorry, in the machine language, what happens? So the fundamental language of the computers is also called the low level language. So all the programs are converted into machine language before they can be executed. So it consists of a combination of 0 and 1 that represent high and low electrical voltage. So this was for which one? These points, just matter. These points related to what? Machine language. Now, after the machine language, another comes, that is what? Assembly language. What is the difference in the assembly language? Already is we are not familiar with this, but you can know, means we have the instruction like load R1B, meaning is what? The contents of B is stored into the R1 register of CPU. Second, content of H is stored into the R2 register, second register of the CPU, etc. Mul is for what? Multiplication, multiply R1 and R2, and result is stored into the R1 register. Division, div, we have, so these are called the mnemonic. Load, mul, div, these are called the mnemonic. Okay, so what this is the style in the assembly language. Next come what a high level language. That is what it is, the language that are easier to learn. It uses English like statements. So what are the examples of high level language? So many examples we have: Python, C++, Visual Basic, Pascal, Fortran, etc. So you have clear understanding about these three languages. These three categories. What are machine, assembly, and high level language. And again, in the high level language, we have a category, but I don't want to go into the year. Okay, so see here. Now again, just repeating this one. It is an easy to learn, powerful programming language. The application development process much faster and easier. So the programming language Python was conceived in the late 1980s, and its implementation was started in 1989 by Guido van Rossum at Netherlands as a successor to the ABC. ABC was some previous programming language. It was designed it was also prior to the C++. Okay, ABC programming language. So Python first release happened in 1991. So Python was named for the BBC TV show Monty Python's Flying Circus. That's why it is named simply Python. So it is easy to understand. It is a beginner's language. It is portable. Once again, what do you mean by portable, Sri Dattaji? Portable.
Portable.
Do I need to convey this main point? Okay, don't worry. Suppose you are writing some program. I'm giving the problem. You are writing the program, and you are executing in your own system. And on your system, it is executing. You are getting output. Now you give me the same program. Now I'm going to execute on my system. So there is chance to not execute that one. Okay, there is some problem in the system. Then what happens? Actually, your program is not wrong. Your program is right. But what is the problem? Means we can say in this situation, your program is not portable. Means there is no guarantee to execute the same program on different system. So this was the major drawback in the previous languages. What a basic COBOL, we have ABC, etc. This was the major problem. So those problems are removed in the C programming language also. Now in the C++ or in the Python, what happens? If you write the program, the same program must be executed on any system. So we can say it is platform independent. No need of what depending on the operating system. No need of what depending on the processor architecture, etc. Got my point or not? This is the very main points. So once again, before the C means what some projects, okay, some software that is not generally most of them, what 90%. What happens? What was the problem? Those were not portable. So that were what those were what a very big challenges to the software engineer. Got my point or not? Now, yes, those are removed. Those are removed after evolvement of the C++. So again, that is the beauty of the Python also. So what as I told you, this lines of codes. So it is simple to implement. It is a huge high library support. What do you mean by this one? Already I discussed this one. Yes, it's on the online. Yes, on the online. Yes.
Open source.
Yes, open source. Already those are able. Just you import after installation. Just you import in your program and utilize that. So what are the features of this one? So easy to learn and use. It is also expressive language. It is interpreted language. Once again, what do you mean by third point? Interpreted language. I'm not using the
line by line.
Yes. Yeah. What about
first 10 lines? It will go all the code together. It will compile and then execute all the code.
Yes. So in that case, you can say a compiled language. Okay. So it is interpreted language. Now we have what it is cross-platform language. Means you can you can run on any
Windows,
operating
Linux, and
system.
Mac.
Yes, yes, any. Okay. So this is also the so free to install and open source. So it is what? And point number 6, it is also the second what a marvelous point. This programming language, I see once again, roughly I'm saying what programming language actually. So it also contains the OOP features. See here, if any language doesn't contain the OOP feature nowadays, then what? Definitely in the market, what that will be not popular, definitely 100%. So if any language is invented nowadays, means that must be the OOP feature, that must contain the OOP facility. What my point or not? Okay, so it is also having, means Python also contains the OOP features. So it is extensible, awesome online community. It is what large standard library. So NumPy, SciPy, Sklearn, etc. So depending on what means in which field you want to make your career, according to this one. And see, for one people, actually it is not possible to learn all the Python libraries. Am I right? You have the what a specific career specific means what is your field of choice. You are belonging to AI, or you are belonging to simple data analytics, you are belonging to what web design, etc. You are belonging to the hackings, etc. So according to that, means you you must learn the particular library and use that one. Okay, what is the conclusion? Means for we people, it is not possible to learn all the libraries. Okay, got my point or no? Okay, now, so these are the features of the Python. So what we have some alternatives that is called C Python. So we have so many variations. C Python, actually, it is what a standard implementation of the Python. We have what Jython. Actually, it is the replacement of the Java. Got my point or not? So see, you can observe from this, means it is occupying each and every field. It is not limited to only particular field. Am I right? Okay, so for the Java, we have the alternative. Which one? Jython. Next one, we have the Iron Python. It is used for, it is the alternative for the .NET. It is the alternative for the Iron Python, is the alternative for the .NET framework. What we have do the stackless, what a Python for the concurrency. Also, we have the Python for the speed. Actually, it is used in the mathematical, scientific applications in the physics, in the scientific application. We need to calculate the speed, etc. But also without PyPy, you can also do that one. But what is the difference? Why do Python developer need to design the PyPy specific library? Because see here in the scientific notation, time matters. Means real time is what? Real time. At that moment, you must get the result. But without Python, you can also calculate, you can get the result, but that is not related to the real time. So in the real time perspective, we need to utilize the particular one. That's why. So these are what the alternatives. Now we have some packages. Once again, as I told you so many times, in the web development, what are the packages? So Django. We have the Flux frameworks. We have Pylons. We have Web2 frameworks. For the artificial intelligence, we have the package Scikit-learn. We have Sklearn. We have the Keras. We have TensorFlow. We have OpenCV. For the GUI, we have the Kinter. Next, for the desktop applications, we have Jython. We have WXPython. We have for the game development, we have the Pygame. For the testing, we have a splitter tool. We have the PyTest framework. So don't worry about this one. Just I would like to give you just an overview. Okay, don't try to remember. Mister, you must have the clear picture about the Python, why it is popular, in which field it is used, what is the benefits, etc. That's why I'm giving you this one. Okay, so okay. Now see, we have for next one, we have the big data. So for the big data, we have what PyDo, DAX, PySpark libraries, etc. So it depends on what what is your career, in which you want to design your career. So you have to choose the particular packages. And obviously, and see that for starting for using any such packages, but it is compulsory. You must know the core Python at any cost. Am I right? Because all these are belonging to the advanced level, not advanced level, after the advanced level. After the advanced level, these are belonging to. So you must know the core Python, and you must have the basic advanced concept. Only then you can utilize such thing about the particular career. Okay. Next one we have for the data science. See, don't be confused. Artificial intelligence, actually, this is the part of the data scientist. But for what in the data science, what we have the NumPy, we have the pandas, we have matplotlib. Okay, we have Seaborn libraries, etc. For the AWS, you are, I'm sure you might know about the AWS. That is the cloud, yes, and it is also using the Boto. So Boto is the package also related to the Python. So Boto is used in the AWS cloud. Now we have for the robotic process, I have the Pyro. Okay, Pyro is the package which is heavily used in the robotic system. Got my point? Okay, next we have the web scraping. In the web sphere, web development, this is different, and web scraping, this is different. Don't be confused. Both are totally different things. Once again, you don't have any confusion about the web development, just designing the website. Am I right?
Right.
But web scraping, this is totally different thing. What we have beautiful for what URL lib2, we have the mechanized, etc. These are the packages. Once again, I'm giving you a small idea. In the web scraping, what happens means you are filtering some information about the particular website.
Right.
Understand? Already website is ready. That is just using the web scraping, you are filtering some confidential information from that website. And you can also perform at the compile time, or also you can perform at the runtime. What do you mean by these two things? At compile time, first you take any website, okay, and just offline you are doing some processing, web scraping, but also you can do on the online, but that is the difficult job. Okay, once again, overall, you know the difference between web development and web scraping. Just a small introduction, just a small getting more. This is not, once again, this is not like what you are designing the website. Already website is developed, means you are researching on that website, already on that website. You are filtering some confidential data. Now later, after filtering, you are performing some analytics on that confidential data, so that you can plan for the future activity. What my point or not? Okay, just to get to that. Yes. Now again, what it is, we have Python packages for the DevOps and system admin. For the DevOps, okay, and for the system, we have the operating system, we have sys, we have the Sutil, we have Glob, we have sub-process, we have Pathlib, we have the Fabric, etc. So last one, in the networking carrier, okay, you have also the twisted package, you have also socket package, client package, we have server package. So these are the just introduction about different packages for which one? Just a minute. So this is important. I hope you have clear understanding about what different packages used in the particular field. Got my point or not? Okay. Yeah. And here, Miss, what is your role? You actually, Miss, why we are here? Not dealing anything this one. This is not our topic. Our agenda is what, Siddhartha-ji? What is our motto? To learn the core Python and also to learn the advanced Python. Advanced Python. Yes, right. so that after doing this, after getting clear concept about such thing, then you can, according to your career, then you can utilize the particular package in such a way, in the data science, in the AWS, etc. Got my point or not? So, right. Miss, I recommend for nowadays every student computer languages, computer people, Miss, what they must know what the Python language is instead of C and C++. Actually, I'm not refusing to learn the C++. That is the main thing. That is used in the operating system design. That is used in whenever you are designing the software which is interacting directly to the processor. Okay, well, so once again, C++, don't ignore the C++. That plays very important role when your project, when your motto is what, just interacting with the system hardware. But all these are the examples related to which one, all these, take any one, and this is not interacting to the hardware portion. Means this is not working on the hardware level. What my point of means, yeah, we are the user. On the top of the on the top of the operating system, we have the shell. On the top of the shell means we have some application, and on that application you are using such packages. Means we did not to worry about the internal architectures of the hardware. Definitely, got my point or not? Right. Whenever you have some requirement related to what you need to interact with the hardware, internal hardware, then in that case, a Python is lacking that one. In that case, then which one you have to choose? Definitely you have to choose the C++. Got my point? See here, you must know the difference. What is the advantage here? What is the disadvantage here? What is the advantage there previous? What is the disadvantage? You must know the clear understanding about this one. Got my point? Okay, just fine, but we are not going to learning or doing some activity related to architecture of the hardware. Okay, so because suppose you are making some project related to a hacking, so in the hacking, no need of that one. Already Python supplying you so many packages, so many external libraries available. Just use that one, and according to that, just you write the program. That's all. We need not to worry about internal architecture of that hardware. What my point? So once again, so only one demerit, that is drawback, Python is having. What is that one? It is not suitable for which situation, Siddharthaji?
It is not suitable.
Just Python is not suitable in which situation? Only one drawback. Just I explained already. Tell me.
It's not suitable. Maybe.
Once again, I'm repeating. Suppose you want to interact with the internal architecture of the hardware. Okay. Then using the Python, you can't design the project. Got my point?
Internal architecture. Okay.
Yes.
You're right.
Remember,
got it. Yeah.
Then
yeah.
Okay. Then you have in that situation, then you have to pick the previous C because
the C.
See, yes, and see, why actually C was invented in the 70s era, 70 to 80s era by the Dennis Ritchie, and still it is popular, and in the future also it will be evergreen. I'm talking about the C. Then what is the reason behind C? Can you answer? Already nowadays we have the Python. Then why C is also evergreen language, and also in the future it will be there. This is also the main point, and already I discussed that. Remember, repeat that point. Due to that features, only C++ contains the ability to C once again. C++ is the language which has the both ability to interact with the internal architecture of the hardware as well as user choice. Okay, so it can handle the both situation. Remember the point. Understand?
Right. The only drawback Python has is it can't.
Yes. Okay.
Hardware.
Okay.
C++ can do internal hardware.
Yes, that's why your Linux is also designing the C language, C++.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Right. So remember, your prior to the Linux, Unix was also designed at first using the C language.
C language, yes.
Got my point? That's why, because it has the ability to interact with the internal architecture of the hardware.
Internal architecture.
Okay. Right. So no problem. Each and everything has the demerit, everything has the advantage. So you have to choose according to your requirement. That's all.
Right.
But obviously here.
So Python is for external thing.
Yes. From this list, you can understand, if you are making your career in any field among 13, we need not to need not to interact with the internal architecture. That's why, and also, but for the time, if it needs, already we need not to worry because the particular library is available. Just
Yes.
we have to
Open
import that
source.
library. Okay,
Import the
yes.
library and write the code for
Just
it.
okay. Once again,
Mhm.
if I need some time to interact with the internal architecture of the hardware, then again we need not to worry until means what provided library is available. If library is not available, then it is it is not fine. Got my point? Okay, fine.
Right.
So I hope you have the very clear understanding about this one. So
Yes.
now, okay, fine. So who uses Python? So data engineers, data scientists, system administrators, developers, etc. Means from the previous chapter you can understand. No need of discussing this
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
Python is not industry specific, but task specific. It is great for data processing, also for business intelligence and some application development also.
Right.
So used by what? Google, YouTube,
Yeah,
Instagram, Dropbox,
yeah.
etc. So these are so this is done now. See here, Miss. In the today's session, this is just an introduction. Okay, so Miss, what I want to stop the session, and tomorrow, Miss, I would like to continue. So, what is your opinion? You can say me. No need of worrying.
Sorry.
Yes. Should I continue or should I stop?
It's up to you. If there is a quick third slide, if you
Okay. Yes.
want to complete.
Can you give me 5 minutes? Just 5 to
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now coming into the contents of this one, and this is a little bit confusing for you, but see, again, I will try to convince you. Actually, Siddharthaji, Miss, on the YouTube, this is my channel, personal channel, Hariom Defensive Technology, and I have so many IoT concepts there. Okay, so
Virtual machine. Okay.
now see, this is the here. In this, I am trying to convince you what a PPM. PPM is what? Python virtual machine.
Virtual machine.
I think yes. C here. Miss, in case of the C, you should know about the compiler C and C++. But here in the Java, you might have knowledge about. In the Java also you have the Java virtual machine. You know or don't know?
No, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. So see here, for each and every language, for the Java, we have the Java virtual machine. In the Python, we have the Python virtual machine. But in the C++, we don't have such thing. Only we have the compiler. Compiler, just what happens, it produces, it makes executable code. Now, I mean, in case of the Java and Python, it is not the case. In the middle, we have some virtual machine concept. And this is the virtual machine, means which makes the object code to your source code. You provide your source code, and this virtual machine what creates the object code. And see here, due to this feature, that's why it is called what? Platform independent. It is what? A portable. Due to this one, if we don't have the PVM concept, virtual machine concept, then obviously we should lack that feature, portability. Once again, if we don't have the virtual machine concept between, then what problem we may face? That same Python program that is working on my system, but there is no guarantee to execute on that system. This may be the problem. But using the virtual machine concept, that problem is resolved. Got my point? Okay, so try to understand this one. Okay, no need of going into that, but you must know about this one. Small. So see here, just here, we have what first we should learn what is the execution of the what a Python program. Viewing the bytecode. Again, new topic come, that is called bytecode. Okay. So see here, once again, in the C++, actually we don't have the concept of the bytecode. The bytecode concept is available in the Java. Bytecode concept is available in the Python also. So remember, actually bytecode is the concept which is produced by the virtual machine when you supply the source code. Got my point? And for the executable, what is the extension? exe, you know, .exe, .exe for the executable code.
Executable.
Yes. It doesn't matter in which programming language you are writing the program, C, C++, Python, etc. In all case, what is the ultimate file? What is the ultimate file, final file? That is the executable file, that is .exe, am I right? For all language. But before the exe, here we have the bytecode. That to understand. Means once again, we have the source code, and what is the extension for the source code in the Python? So sorry, in the C, what is the extension for the source code? .c, am I right? For the C++, we have the extension for the source code, CPP, etc. But for the Python, what is the extension? Already you know, you are familiar with the Python. What is the extension?
.exe.
No. I'm talking about the source code. Source code. I'm writing the program. What
Dot
the
.py.
text? .py. Well, so that is the source code. Now, what happens? Means from the virtual machine to the virtual, you are supplying this source code .py to the virtual machine, Python virtual machine. And what is the job of this Python virtual machine? It produces the bytecode. Now this bytecode is is executing according to your system, according to your platform, according to your operating system, etc. So that's why this plays very important concept, bytecode. So what is the benefit? We need not to worry about the platform of the system, architecture of the system, which operating system you are running. We need not to worry about. Okay. So this is the beauty of the bytecode. Now that bytecode, according to your system, that is producing, means final exe code is executed. Actually what happens, as you know, means it is executing what line by line, and you are getting the output. Okay, so this is just let discuss. So Python virtual machine. So this is the topic. What is the execution of the Python program? So once again, so Python program with the name, suppose I have the file. What is the name of that file? Welcome. And what is the extension? Welcome.py. Okay, already know. So here welcome is the program name and py is the extension. You know this one. Now, after typing the program, and next step is what? To compile the program using the Python compiler. Now see here, source code, and this is the bytecode. Here, this is not the executable code. Am I right?
Right.
Okay, so try to get the difference from the C and C++. Okay, so what happens? So who is generating this bytecode?
Right. Who's generating?
Okay, so Mr. What Python compiler? It is it is generating the .py. Now in the what is the role of the virtual machine? The compiler can convert Python program into the bytecode. Bytecode, and what is the extension of this bytecode? .pyc, not .exe. Remember, in any language, Java or Python, bytecode extension is what? Remember the .py. Sorry, means what? No, I'm not talking about the Java. For the Java, different extension name. But for the Python, what is the extension name for the bytecode? .pyc. Okay, so .pyc represents a fixed set of instructions that represents all operations like arithmetic operations, comparison operation, and memory operations, etc., which run on any operating system and hardware. I will discuss you, Mr. by the program tomorrow session. What actually you are executing Python program and you are getting direct output. But in the middle, I will try to show you this output .pyc. Means you will observe, means you are getting what assembly language concept here. Sorry, means what machine language concept. Okay, means you will see some mnemonic there. You will see some mnemonic there. Okay, so then finally that is converted into the final exe one. So once again, so it means bytecode is the system independent operator. So last point is very important. It means bytecode is system independent or platform independent. So see here, this is the beauty of this one.
Right.
Got my point or not? Once again, there may be the question, why Python is what a platform independent or system independent, etc.
Because it can be used in any across different operating systems.
So why? So why and how? Due to the bytecode concept.
Bytecode concept. Yes.
Yeah. Due to the bytecode concept, and that's why now according to that system, okay, and it generates the corresponding instruction. Once again, according to your system, it generates the corresponding what I think assembly or machine language instruction. Now that is executing. Got my point or not? It is somewhat difficult for you because I know it is totally different, but I would like to give you this one. You must know this one. Okay, simply learning data type variable, that is not a that is a simple thing. What my point to note? Okay, so next point, the generated bytecode cannot be understood by the computer. Bytecode, see here, bytecode is not directly understood by the computer. Again, this is the problem. But it understands why computer understand only 0 and 1. You know, computer system, what it is, what it understands only
code.
the binary code, machine code. Yes. So it is necessary to convert the above bytecode into the machine code. Got my point?
Okay. Yeah. Right now I got it.
Try to understand. Once again, you are supplying .py extension, means your source code. Now the Python compiler converts and generates the bytecode. It is not, once again, it is not generating the executable code. Remember. Now, according to the system, according to the platform, now this bytecode is converted to the according to your system corresponding assembly or machine instruction. Actually, you know, once again, it doesn't matter if you are writing program to the C, C++, Java, Python. Okay, ultimately you have the assembler. You have an idea about the assembler. We have the assembler. See, once again, try to understand. In the compiler, we have the last stage. We have the assembler. That assembler converts your top instruction into the machine instruction. That is what my point. Now that machine instruction is understood by the system. Now that is executed by your system. Actually, we have so many steps. If I have the time, I will try to convince you those steps, what is happening in the compiler. We have so many steps. Okay, so I will discuss later. But this time, so how many pages we have? Once again, try to understand this one. Just a minute. Yes. So bytecode represents a fixed set of instructions that represents all operations like arithmetic operations, comparison operation, memory operation, etc., which run on any operating system in hardware. But remember, this is not understood. .pyc is not understood by your system. So definitely there must be another system which converts that into the corresponding machine language instruction. Am I right or not?
Right.
Okay. So it means bytecode is system independent or platform independent. Now, so the generated bytecode cannot be understood by the computer. So it understands only binary code. That is 0 and 1. That is machine code. Now, so it is necessary to convert bytecode to the machine code. Now, what is the solution here? Yes. So for this purpose, we should use the PVM. Now here, PVM plays the role. In the previous, there is no role of the PVM. There was what Python compiler plays the role. Now Python virtual machine plays the role. What is the job of this one? It simply takes the bytecode and converts
into machine code.
Yes, according to your system architecture. So we developer need not worry about the internal architecture of the system. That's why once again in the older day, in the older day, okay, miss, this was the major challenge for we software engineer. Miss, we have to first analyze the system architecture. Miss, system engineer had to focus great on the internal architecture. Accordingly, then they had to write the program. But nowadays, what happens? No need of worrying about the system architecture. Just using the C, you are writing the program. Using C++, we are writing program. Using Python, we are writing programmer. Do we need to take any? Do we need to take any problem regarding the architecture?
No, because we can convert bytecode into machine code.
Yes. So I hope you have clear understanding about this one. And PVM, this is important topic. Actually, we should not skip this portion. So see here, so bytecode is converted into the corresponding machine code. Now the PVM uses the interpreter here. Interpreter plays the role. PVM uses the interpreter which understands the bytecode and it converts into the machine code. Once again, the PVM uses the interpreter. See here, once again, as I told you, what in the we are roughly what compiler again in the compiler actually it is the not one stage. We have so many stages in the compiler. Roughly we are saying the compiler. Our source code is supplied to the compiler and the compiler executes .exe file. But in the reality, this is not the case. We have so many steps. Okay, now here you can understand. Once again, a Python compiler plays the role. It converts and it produces the what a bytecode. Now, the PBM uses the interpreter, not compiler. Another stage. It uses the interpreter which understands the bytecode and converts into the machine code. So this is the last one. So the machine code instruction then executed by the processor and the results will be the displayed. Got my point or not? This information about the PBM, okay? So normally when we compile a Python, we cannot see .pyc file produced by the Python compiler and machine code generated by the PBM. So you can't see, but we have the way. We have some syntax using these. You can observe the p.pyc content. I will show you in the future session. Got my point or not? We have some command. Using that command, you can observe that pyc content, and you can analyze. You have total 3 things: the source code, you have the .pyc content, and .exe. But .exe we can't analyze. .exe file can you understand, because it is giving you in different formats. Okay. Right. Okay, so I will try to give you these 2 things. What especially .pyc means. So what does it look like? So this is done internally in the memory, and the output is finally the visible. So if your program, if our Python program name is welcome.py, and we can use Python compiler to compile it as, suppose already you know, and we have we have so many ways to execute Python program.
Right.
Okay, Miss, without Python IDLE also you can execute on the command prompt. Yes. Okay, so I will check. I will show you all the way. Okay, in the next session. So suppose Miss, we are executing on the command prompt. So Python and welcome.py. Now what happens here? Python is a command to calling the Python compiler. Now whenever executing such, it provides complete path of that py. Okay, suppose, don't worry. Suppose if you have the Python program on the current directory, then no need of supplying the path. But if your Python program lies in another directory, another drive, then it is your duty to supply the full path of your program. What my point?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will show you both ways. So don't worry. Now, so the compiler should convert the welcome.py file into the bytecode. Here I'm using the bytecode equivalent file. That is, what is the name of that one? Welcome.pyc. Welcome.pyc. So instead of doing this, compiler directly display the output or result. So here source code to the bytecode. Now bytecode is converted into the machine code, are internally completed, and the final result is displayed. Means here in this way we need not to worry about the bytecode. We are not getting any bytecode concept on the monitor. We are getting directly output of our Python program. Yes or no? So, but you must know the sequence. Okay, Mr. So many things are happening internally. But if you want to visualize the bytecode, then we have the way you can observe that one. So what is that way? So we cannot find any .ps file in the directory. So and also one more thing. So here, so this is the way. Only 2 things you have to add: -m and py_compile. All things are same. If you use such flag, such command, then you observe that bytecode. Got my point or not? Okay, so here -m represents the module, and the module name is py_compile. Then you will observe what this module generate the .pyc file for a specified .py file. Then you will see the output of which one. Actually, you are not getting the output of this one. You are getting the same output, final result. But what happens here? Yes, but what happens means in that directory you see another file that is related to .pyc. Got my point?
Yeah.
This syntax is used for generating the .pyc so that you can visualize later. Understand not? Okay, so okay, fine. So here compiler creates separate directory by the name, and it looks like this one. In that directory, _py, this one, chsc, double, and which stores generated .pyc file for this one. Got my point or not? So I will see this one. Okay, so this is the introduction about the Python, Python virtual machine. So with this one, this is a different thing. First, Okay, so I'm not discussing this one. This is the programming portion. So fine, Siddhartha, I hope it is enough for for today.
Today?
So next
Yeah,
I will
sure,
speak.
sure.
Okay, okay,
Sure,
fine.
sure.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Will you send this video to me?
Yes, no, yes, yes. Okay, so see here, daily, what I will put the video on the drive, and you can, I will give the link, and you can download and watch. But I recommend you, I request you also, don't provide such material, okay, to any another, because
there is no one with me to provide. I
yes,
don't know anyone to provide.
Okay, yes, it is my request also, and because
no, that cheap things we don't do. You don't worry about.
Okay,
small,
and also
little things.
Okay,
we are not concerned about that. We are only concerned about learning, and this is not. I like this session because you're not just going onto the code. You're just going in behind the code. What is happening? What is PYC? What is the binary? What is this is a new today.
It is compulsory.
If it is A is equal to B is equal to sum of A is equal to print sum, I know this.
yes.
To know behind what is going on, what is binary, what is compiling, what is byte code, what is it converting to machine code. This is what I learned new, which is I'm very excited about.
Okay, and excellent.
One more thing, I don't know anyone to share this, and also I'm not so cheap that we are not like that. You don't have to worry about.
Okay, fine, excellent. And because I'm wasting my time to you, and also you are paying to me, so there is no meaning of that one. Okay, fine. So anything, so just after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I will give the link on the WhatsApp. Okay.
No problem. No, take your time. I have office. I have to work.
Okay.
So evening, I will again, just because tomorrow morning, by the next session, I want to prepare myself a little bit more. That's why I wanted to ask you the video, because you are already recording it.
Okay. Yes. And one more thing, for every session, 1 hour is my session, and at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And when we have the programming content, then you have to spend half an hour or 45 minutes or even 1 hour on the assignment.
1 hour.
Okay.
Sure.
Because
I have 1 hour session. I have 1 hour session and 1 hour for practice for sure.
Yes.
And I will try to put in 1 more hour of practice from my side as well. So 2 hours.
Excellent. Because it is then it will be waste of time, my effort, and also
exactly. Only these 2 months now. We are not.
Yes. Maximum 2 months.
Years. 2 or 3 months or something. We'll see. We'll see. According to the session, according to my understanding, according to how good you're teaching, if I need more, we'll go into more and more advanced concepts or something like that.
Okay, sure. Okay, Siddhartha ji. Okay, I'm stopping the session.
Fine. Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome.